Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Yvette here, and if you are new, hi, my name's Yvette Martinez. I make YouTube videos based on nursing content. I have a few announcements. We are at 82 subscribers, which I know doesn't sound like a lot, but it's definitely a lot more than I thought that I was ever going to get. So I'm very much fangirling about this. I don't know, I just feel like YouTube is like not taking off, but it's doing things that I didn't think that it was gonna do. So I wanted to thank each and every one of you for supporting this channel. I have no words. It's just, I'm gonna cry. So without further ado, after I have already, gotten my stuff together, I have a super cool video for you guys about these level up RN cards. I'm sure that you guys have heard about these if you're in nursing school, if you're thinking about nursing school, or if you've just been looking up like study resources, you've definitely heard about these. So Kathy, I don't know her last name, but her first name is Kathy, came up with these cute cards, and they're awesome, and I'm gonna tell you why. So I have here, I think 3 of her decks. I think actually the MedSurg deck comes with like 3 like sub decks, but I don't think you can get them separate. I think you have to get the whole thing. I'll link something in here just to make sure that I'm giving you guys the right information. But these cards are awesome. So I have here the Nursing Values flashcards. I have the whole MedSurg deck, and I have the Pharmacology flashcards. So I'm kind of just gonna give you guys a rundown about what these are about. So she has a bunch of different topics on her website. She also has YouTube videos kind of like explaining what's on the cards and depending on the card. So she'll give you like a kind of like a brief explanation of the card while you're studying and stuff. One thing I will say is that these cards are really good if you already have an understanding of these topics. I don't recommend like solely using these to study like without having anything from lecture to base your information off of, because I felt like on the one test where I tried to just use the cards and like just trying to learn the information off of the cards, I didn't do as well as the test that like when I went over all of the information during lecture and then use the cards for reference and just to like go through them. I felt like that was the best study method. So this is one of the Nursing Values cards, and this is the white blood cell count card. So it includes all of this information in the back of it. So it includes like the neutrophil count, the lymphocyte count, the monocyte count, the eosinophils count, and the basophil count. And it actually tells you like kind of like a little bit about each one, which I really like about these cards. It's like a pro and a con, because I feel like they're harder to learn if there's more information on the back of the card, whereas just like one card for one specific fact. However, it does cram like everything that you need to know. I feel like these cards are going to be very helpful during NCLEX, and I'm very excited to use these. So these are the like 2 sample respiratory cards. So I think the respiratory, the cardiopulmonary, oh my God, listen to me. Respiratory and cardiopulmonary. Her respiratory and cardiovascular cards, I think are together in like the first deck, but it all comes like in a separate little like package. So she has things, for example, for like a specific, not medication, but like a specific procedure, if like it's a big topic probably on NCLEX. Or she'll have like specific equipment, like this one's for mechanical ventilation. So there's different bullet points about nursing care, like what we should be checking for before, like when do we need to notify the provider, like super awesome points like that. And then for conditions, she'll have like 1 to 2 cards on the condition depending on how big of a topic it is. So I think this one might have another card. Yeah, this one might have another card, because this is just COPD with lab diagnostics, the treatment, nursing care, and patient teaching. So she probably has another card in there that explains like what it is, like what it presents, like all of the clinical manifestations that accompany it, like complications that can occur. Another thing that I really love about these cards is that if you have other decks, it tells you like at the bottom, hold on, so I can better show you guys. It shows you at the bottom down here, like what other cards are relevant to this specific card that you're holding. So for example, out of her ABG deck, cards 8 through 9 will probably explain to you like in more detail about that, like lab value and diagnostic. She also has like the cards down here for the pharmacology deck, which I will also go into. And cards 1, 3, 4, 8, and 111 will have medications for COPD. So if, for example, if I think that's really helpful for NCLEX. So when you're studying for NCLEX, you can study like why this occurs, all the clinical manifestations, all of the labs, everything that you need to know about nursing care and patient teaching, all in one set. And then you can go into like, okay, but like in more specific, what is going on with the ABGs? What's going on with the labs? So then you can use the lab deck in order to like see what the normal ranges are. Why is it abnormal for them to have these values? And then you can go into the pharmacology deck so that you can see how you treat it, or well, how the doctor will write medications in order to treat it and what you need to know about the medications. So that's another awesome thing about these decks. I'm going to throw all the price points and stuff down below. So as I'm going through these, you can kind of like go down and see which one you need the most. Which like, these are the 3 that I got. And I felt like they were really helpful. For the pharmacology flashcards, I've also heard a lot of good things about Pharm Flash. But I think, I don't know, I really fell in love with the SURG and the lab values card because those were the ones that I got first. These are really helpful. Nursing school often makes you like write out these med cards, and they'll literally tell you, I have a few of them. They'll literally tell you like, oh, you need to write the medication with the indications, like mechanism of action, side effects, things that you need to look out for, things like that, all on a card. And they call them the med cards. So these are your med cards. Like you have all of them done. So when they do ask you for the med cards, you have all of the information here. Not to say that that's cheating, because it's not, okay? It's using your resources, because let's get real. No one writes med cards like right off the top of their head. You have to look this information up. It's so much to digest that it's impossible. So I have, for example, this is for Montelukast, and it'll give you the indications, the mode of action, side effects, all on one card. So a really cool trend with these pharmacology cards, and I think that it's on all the other cards too, but not on all of them. I think on the ones that she's like thought of something clever. There's like a little chicken on these, or a bird, or I don't know. I think it's a chicken, you guys. But it'll give you like a cool mnemonic or a little phrase to kind of remember the medications. So the one from Montelukast says, meds that end in Lucast decrease the effect of leukotrienes. So, you know, Lucast, leukotrienes, like it'll give you like a cool mnemonic. As well as this little magnifying glass down here will give you just like things that are really important to know. So for Montelukast, again, take the Montelukast in the evening, 2 hours before exercise. And then for Zafirlukast, y'all gotta give me a minute with some of these medications. I cannot pronounce this. It's so hard. It says take Zafirlukast on an empty stomach. So there's things like that. Also, she will bold and put in red some of the information, and if it's bolded and put in red, you know that it's super important. And I love that it's super accurate. I feel like a lot of the stuff that was in red in these ended up on my exams, because I feel as though like if professors know that it's going to be on NCLEX, they're going to put it on the test. And if it's on NCLEX, I feel like everyone has sort of seen the same questions come up time and time again. So other resources other than your textbooks and other than your PowerPoints are super helpful for nursing school. I can't get enough of it. I'm going to try and come up with a video about like all of the external resources that I have used and what I think about them, what's really helpful about them, what's not really helpful about them. So this is one of them. Again, what's really, really helpful about these is the fact that she also goes over the cards on YouTube, and she'll give you more of an elaborate explanation on it. And they're really fun, and they come in different colors, and if you're into all of that stuff, it saves so much time in like not making your own flashcards. They're printed out. You can also write on the back of these. So the front of all of the cards is like the glossy finish, so it'll give you like what you need to know in the front, and then in the back it'll like break it down for you. This is just like kind of like what things stand for in the back of this card. This is like the legend, right? Yeah. So and on the back of the card, everything is matte, so you can write in whatever lab value probably is different on here than on your textbook, which I think is, you don't really have to do. Mostly everything, I think everything in these cards ended up matching up with my textbook, so I didn't really have to go back in and fix anything. But for example, there would be like some points that were made on a PowerPoint that weren't in the cards, and I would write them in the back. So then while I'm studying, going through the flashcards, not only am I studying like from the external resources, like from the Level Up RN cards, but I'm also studying my PowerPoint. So I think they're a great investment. They're a little bit pricey, but if you're kind of like going back and forth between getting them and not getting them, I think that they're great. And they're not just great for nursing school. I think these are great for NCLEX and just like doing that active learning instead of that passive learning. So yeah, guys, today's video is a bit short. I will leave that here. That was my final thoughts on the Level Up RN cards. If you guys have any questions for me, please drop them down below. I love hearing from you guys. And again, thank you guys so much for supporting this channel. 82 subscribers is more than I thought I was ever gonna get, maybe in this year alone. So thanks so much, and hopefully, I think at 100 subscribers I'm thinking about doing a giveaway, so let me know if that's something that you'd be interested in. Also, as another little announcement, I did add like kind of like a lifestyle thing to this channel. I feel like sometimes I want to make videos that aren't like solely nursing focused, even though that's like what I really like to do, is talk about like what I'm doing right now and my school and my career and everything that I'm doing. But let me know if there's like videos out there that you guys want to see that are like not really nursing focused. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.